Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So nice to see you all today. So this is our community, our Sangha, as Thich Nhat Hanh would say. Today we're dedicating our practice to the memory and the work and the light and the compassion of a beautiful man, Thich Nhat Hanh, beautiful teacher who passed away. So I will be sharing from his beautiful work, Peace is Every Step. That's our theme for today. So first take a comfortable seat, whether it be on your chair or on a prop or on the floor, and take a moment to draw your attention inward, right? We can sit up tall like a mountain. Draw your attention inward. And then just say to yourself, I have arrived. I am coming home to myself, to my body. I have arrived. And gently breathe in and gently breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And please continue to sit comfortably as I share with you a few of his words, his opening words in this small text. Every morning when we wake up, we have 24 brand new hours to live. What a precious gift. We have the capacity to live in a way that these 24 hours will bring peace, joy, and happiness to ourselves and others. Peace is present right now, here and now, in ourselves, and in everything we do and see. The question is whether or not we are in touch with it. We don't have to travel far to enjoy the blue sky. We don't have to leave our city or even our neighborhood to enjoy the eyes of a beautiful child. Even the air we breathe can be a source of joy. We can smile, breathe, walk, and eat our meals in a way that allows us to be in touch with the abundance of happiness that is available. We're very good at preparing to live, but not very good at living. We know how to sacrifice 10 years for a diploma, and we are willing to work very hard to get a job, a car, a house, and so on. But we have difficulty remembering that we are alive in this present moment. The only moment there is for us to be alive. Every breath we take, every step we make can be filled with peace, joy, and serenity. We only need to be awake, alive in the present moment. So let's go to the mat and start some mindful movement, a moving meditation, right? Is yoga, right? We bring the body, mind, spirit together mindfully. So please put a blanket in the middle of your mat. And we're going to start on the knees. For those that don't want to be on the knees, you can do this cat-cow movement standing up. All right. So standing up is going to be like this in a yoga huddle. On your knees will be like this. Move the knees outer hip width apart. The toes can be laying out flat like the top of the foot like that or tucked under. Wrists are under shoulders. Wait for the exhalation. And when the exhalation comes, round your spine, chin to chest. Really press your navel up toward the ceiling. When the inhale comes, melt your belly downward, arch the back, look forward. Good. Firm your hands, firm your arms. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, release and arch the back and look forward. Exhale, round. This is like a Halloween cat shape, right? The scared cat. And then when you release the belly down as you inhale, it's like the belly of a cow hanging down. Keep going, couple more times. Exhale, round. Inhale, release and look forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, release and look forward. And then bring your hips back to your heels, coming high up on your fingertips, and go back only as far as feels comfortable. So perhaps you only want to go a little bit or more or more. Take 2 breaths here. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. And then come forward and either walk your hands back to your knees to come to standing or walk your feet up to your hands to come to standing, and you can move your blanket off to the side. So now I want you to place your feet mindfully on the ground. Thich Nhat Hanh says, when we walk, we want to feel like we kiss the ground. We kiss the earth. So how do we kiss the earth in yoga? Well, I always like to say, first, it's best if you can take off your socks. I'll try that. Let's see. Let's see if I can stand the cold. I have a nice heater here, though. It's really working well. Okay. So kissing the earth in yoga. Lift up your right heel. I'll do the opposite of you. Press the big toe mound down, then the inner heel, then the pinky toe mound, then the outer heel, and stand. Can you feel how nice and solid that is, just from that small adjustment? Keeping that, go to the other foot, raise the heel. Press big toe mound down, inner heel, pinky toe mound, outer heel. As you release weight down into those 4 points of each foot, there's a rebounding effect where you stand up even more tall. Now, energize the feet and legs a little bit more, keeping each of those 4 points pressing. Bend your knees a little bit and lift and spread all 10 toes, or as many as will cooperate. Good, so now you're energizing the feet and legs. Can you see the inner and outer arches? Can you feel they're lifting? And the muscles are firming to the joints. This gives you nice stability and support. Breathe in, feel it. Breathe out, release the toes. Good. Turn the palms out, still keeping awareness in your feet, kissing the earth. Inhale, lift your arms, reach up to the sky. Exhale, and release the arms. Good. Turn the palms out. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale and release. And again, turn the palms out. Inhale, lift the arms and exhale. One more. Inhale, strong feet, strong legs, and exhale. I was just thinking of a time when, and you can just follow me, turn one palm out, lift the arm up, side lean. When I was on a sailboat, a little sunfish sailboat, out in really choppy waters because a storm came up. And when we got back to shore, inhale, come up, exhale, release the hand. I really literally kissed the ground. I was so happy to be on the earth and not on the choppy waters. Turn the other palm out. Inhale, lift up. As you exhale, side lean. Good. Inhale, lift the arm, exhale, release. Very good. Now, interlace your hands in front. Reach up. Stretch up tall. Continue to feel the earth under your feet, even as you now side lean. Press your navel toward your spine. Stretch the arms. Inhale, come up. Exhale, over to the other side. Inhale, reach up tall. Breathe and exhale. Release. Good. Now roll the shoulders up and back and down. And back and up and down. Yeah, really good. Now, turning from the side, I'm just going to show you. I want you to take your hands behind you and imagine you had a beach ball between your hands. You're going to squeeze that beach ball. At the same time, you lift the shoulders up, draw them back, and you're squeezing the beach ball, the imaginary beach ball, with your palms. Can you feel that engagement of your upper back? Good. Those that want to go further, interlace the hands and stretch the arms out behind you. Lift your heart, lift your sternum. Breathe here. Full breath in. Long breath out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Bend the knees. Bow forward. To the degree that you can, you're going to take your hands either separate, pressing that imaginary beach ball, or interlaced, and bow forward. Imagine you're emptying the mind a bit, letting go of worries, letting go of past, letting go of what you're doing later, just coming to this moment right now, feeling this inversion, and then press your feet into the floor, reach your hands behind you, and slowly come up. And already I'm starting to generate some heat in my body so I could take off a layer. I hope that is true for you as well. Let's do moving powerful chair. Feet are outer hip width apart. Inhale, lift the arms. As you exhale, sit like you're sitting in a chair. Inhale, inhale, inhale. You come to standing. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Release the arms. Show you from the front. Inhale, the fingers are open and you're reaching up. Exhale, sit down. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, release the arms. We'll add a hold of the pose, but not of the breath. Rooting through your feet. Inhale, lift the arms. As you exhale, sit like you're sitting in a chair. Now, holding the pose, breathe in. Holding the pose, breathe out. Holding the pose, breathe in. Holding the pose, breathe out. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, release your hands. Good. Please take your chair. Place it in front. We're going to do a little bit of a supported sun salutation. 4 feet of chair safely on the floor. If you're not using a chair and you prefer to use blocks, you can have 2 blocks. So we start in Tadasana, mountain pose. So be mindful in the way that you place your feet, right? Feel those 4 points of each foot pressing. Tailbone down until you feel a corresponding lift in your belly. So you're nice and solid. Thich Nhat Hanh would always say, we can cultivate the solidity of a mountain, right? In the way that we stand, right? Firm, majestic. Hands in front of the heart, breathe in. As you exhale, release your hands. Inhale, fly the arms up. As you exhale, bring the hands through the heart, bow forward. You can bend your knees, you can hold the chair or hold the blocks or hands all the way to floor. Then inhale with knees bent, look forward, extend your spine, exhale and fold. Your hands can be on whichever surface is easier for you. Inhale, look forward, exhale and fold. Once again, inhale, look forward, exhale and fold. Now step one leg back, step the other leg back, downward facing dog. Bring your feet outer hip width apart, toes pointing forward. Please bend your knees at first so you get some concavity in the lower lumbar spine. Keeping that lift, your upper arms, your armpits are lifted, your navel presses up towards spine. Backs of ears are in line with upper arms. Stretch your spine, stretch your arms, your torso, and now slowly stretch the legs. Feel the stretch in the hamstrings. Gently breathe in and gently breathe out. Again and again in the practice, we come back to the breath. As Thich Nhat Hanh would say, the breath It's the Buddha. The awareness of the breath brings you to the present moment. And it's in the present moment that we can fully live, that we are fully alive, this moment right now. On your next in-breath, leave your feet where they are. Come forward to plank, shoulders over wrists. Lift your thighs, lift your hips, lift your navel. The back of your head is lifted in line with spine. Breathe. Good. When the next inhale comes, move your hips and thighs back to downward facing dog. Then walk forward. Bend your knees. Please open your arms out to the side. Inhale, lift up, touch the sky. Exhale the hands in front of the heart. Take a breath here. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. Good. Inhale here, and as you exhale, release your hands. Inhale, fly the arms up. Exhale the hands through the heart. Bow forward. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. If you need to move your feet back a little bit away from the chair to get more room to bow forward, do that. I like to look for ankle, side of knee, side of hip in alignment. So just check right now. Does it feel like your weight is behind the heels? Bring it more forward. Or does it feel like your weight is more forward toward the toes? Then bring your hips and the weight a little more back so you're more centered. Side of hip, side of knee, side of ankle as you fold forward. Good. Then inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale and fold. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward, tailbone back, heart forward. Exhale and fold. Shake out the shoulders a little bit. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward, exhale and fold. Really good. Now, with your hands on whatever surface you like, I'm going to try a lunge. I want you to take your right leg back and bring your left knee forward in line over your left ankle. All right. Very good. Nice. This is my intro into lunge post hip surgery. So join me in celebrating increased movement. Lift the back thigh, lift the back hip, bend the front knee more. Very good. Look forward, take a moment and breathe. Just feel that. Now step forward and switch. The alignment I want you to look for is front knee vertical over front ankle. Back heel is lifted. Lift your back thigh a little bit, lift your hip a little bit. And then this front thigh, you can do a self-assist actually. Your thumb is at the top of the thigh, right where the thigh goes into the hip socket. And you externally rotate a little bit there. Yeah, good. So the top of the thigh rolls out toward the four fingers. Really good. Nice. Look forward. Breathe. And then step back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Keep your feet where they are. Inhale forward into plank. Go back into downward facing. Join the inner edges of your feet together now. Please lift the right foot back. You're going to slide it back and then you're going to lift it a little bit. Or more. Or more. Or more. And then stretch out. And gently breathe. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Yes, and switch. So notice when the level of challenge goes up a little bit, our tendency is sometimes to hold our breath. So we practice staying grounded, centered, breathing mindfully, even though the level of challenge is getting a little harder. So you're in down dog. Slide your left leg back. Lift it a little bit, or more, and stretch out. Stretch your arms, your spine. Stretch out through the back heel. Gently breathe. Good. Step down. Please walk forward. When you get there, bend your knees. Now we're going to hold this a moment. So bend your knees. Lift one arm parallel to the floor. Lift the other arm parallel to the floor. Stay here a moment, look forward, and breathe. Feel your feet kissing the earth. Inhale, rise up to standing. And exhale, lower the arms. Really good. Now, let's go into tree pose. If you need something to hold on to just for a little more stability, go ahead and turn your chair around. So it's there for you if you need it. Tree pose, another beautiful image that Thich Nhat Hanh would talk about. He would talk about trees and how we can cultivate the presence of a tree, that energy of a tree that is very rooted into the earth. And yet the branches can sway, can be adaptive, can go with the flow. Yeah. So put all your weight on your left foot. Let's start with the left foot. I'll do opposite of you. Then the right knee is going to bend and open out to the side. The most stable position is pressing ball of foot on floor. You can stay there, or you can challenge yourself to choice B, sole of foot to inner calf, or all the way up to inner thigh. If you're here, you can hold the foot there, or you can see if it stays by itself. You press your thigh into the sole of the foot and sole of foot into the thigh, and see if it stays. One hand in heart. If it doesn't want to stay, you can go to another foot position. Bring hands in front of the heart. Stay rooted in the 4 points of the foot that is really connecting to the floor. Notice how your ankle has to work. It feels too hard. Put ball of foot on that right side onto the floor so you have a really nice strong foundation. Once the foundation is strong, open the arms, lift the arms. Pick a gaze point for your eyes. This is drishti, a soft gaze point. And then another thing that Thich Nhat Hanh talks a lot about is a hint of a smile. Can you put a hint of a smile on your lips? He even, I was listening to a talk this morning, he talked about the Mona Lisa, how this smile is so powerful that artists have been painting the smiles for many years. How powerful it is that we can give each other a smile. We can uplift ourselves, uplift others with just a smile. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I find more ease in my body. Bring your hands together. Let's try the other side. Release that side. Rooting through the 4 points of your right foot. Now the left knee goes out to the side. Again, options, ball of foot to floor, heel on inner ankle of the right foot, or bring that foot up to inside of your calf, or all the way up. See if your foot wants to stay by itself without holding. How you achieve that is pressing your inner thigh to the sole of the foot and the sole of the foot to the inner thigh. Or you can stay as I am. Or you can go foot to inner calf or ball of foot on floor. Once you've created that stability, the rooting downward, now take your arms out to the side. Inhale, lift up. Connect to your breath in this position. Relax what you can. Shoulders, the jaw, the eyes. You may wish to turn the corners of your lips up to create that smile, that beautiful hint of a smile. And you may even want to play with the branches of your tree to test how rooted are you really. Can you stay rooted in the feet and legs, lower body, even as your branches start to sway? Kind of fun to play with it like that a little bit. And sense the breath in this shape. I like the balance poses in particular because they pull your concentration in. Yeah. And gently release. Very good. Let's do one more balance pose. King Dancer, that'll stretch out our thighs. You can face the front of your mat or face the back of your chair. Put all your weight on your left foot. Let's do the same side as each other. I'll do my left, you do your left. So all the weight on the left. Hug the right knee into yourself for a second. Slide the hand down the shin, then let the knee point to the earth and see if that's okay for you. Can you hold your toes here? You'll feel a stretch in your thigh. If that's too hard, go ahead and grab a strap. If it already has a loop, you can use the loop, or you can just fold it in half and slip the front of your ankle into that. And then you can have more ease. It's like an arm extender for yourself. Keep your thighs parallel, knees parallel, face forward, hips square to the front. I'm gonna let go of the strap now and hold my toes. You do whatever works for you. You can stay here and breathe. The more you draw your tailbone down and forward, the more stretch you'll feel in your thigh, your quad. If you'd like more challenge, lift the left arm up and then bow forward a little bit, kicking the foot back into your hand, pressing the foot, I should say. And again, as you meet this challenge of King Dancer pose, continue to kiss the earth with your weight-bearing foot, staying nice and grounded there, and be aware of your breath, breathing in. I know I am breathing in, breathing out, and know I am breathing out. And then release. Good. So the breath, first of all, the grounding in the foundation helps you, strengthen you, and then the breath continues to strengthen you and ground you. Let's go to the other side. All your weight's on the right foot. You can lift your left knee, slide the hand down the shin, and let the knee face the earth. So that's a kind of a trick. It's easier to grasp the toes that way, I find. Or you can use the strap. Again, folding it in half. Place the strap in front of your ankle. So breathe, stay rooted, stay grounded. You can stay here, tailbone down, so you feel a corresponding lift in your navel, and that will give you a nicer stretch in the left thigh. For max challenge, lift the right arm up, bow forward, see how it goes, see how it goes. This is my bionic side, so I'm going to hold on and make sure I'm nice and stable. Breathe here. Wonderful. And release. Let's go into some standing poses now. So you could take your chair, have the two back feet of your chair along the long edge of your mat. Take a wide stance. Feet start out parallel. Open the left toes 90 degrees, turn the back toes in a little bit, and you want to align the front heel straight back. It's going to, if you were to draw a line, it would bisect the arch of the back foot. So also what I'd like you to do today is take a block and put it on the inside of the ankle, okay? Bend the front knee, place your front hand on the block. Okay, now if you're not using a chair, that top hand could be on your hip. If you're using a chair, it's nicely on the chair. All right, so bow to yourself here. Bow your torso and move your sit bones back. The hips, the bony bones in the hips, you scoot them back. Okay, from there, from that position of you're bowing to yourself and your sit bones move back, go ahead and straighten the front leg. Most people go a little short in the stance, so if you can sort of scoot your feet a little further apart, it'll make it easier to straighten the front leg. Yeah, and you'll feel a nice stretch at the underneath part of your front leg. Good, good. Feel that stretch, keeping the front thigh engaged. Move your block to the outside of your front leg. And now carve the front sit bone under a little bit. You're going to be externally rotating the top of that thigh, meaning the top left corner of your front leg, the outside of the leg, is moving behind you a little bit. Yeah. Then you stretch your spine and stretch both your arms if that works for you today. Otherwise, you still hold on. Eyes can look down to the floor. That's the most stable. Or in the direction of your belly button. Or up to your top thumb. And now stretch everything. Again, you'll find if you let a hint of a smile come to your lips, it kind of sparks a little bit of joy. Just quite naturally feel your body in this movement. Feel your feet kissing the floor and your breath bringing you to the present moment again and again and again. Beautiful. To come out of it, hold on to the chair or your hip. Look to the floor, bend your front knee. You can press down on that front thigh to come up and then parallel the feet and we'll go right to the other side. Let me grab my block. It's going to be on the inside of your ankle to start. So we're going into triangle pose on the other side. Utthita Trikonasana. Turn your back toes in. The front toes are pointing straight forward. Take a quick glance down and draw that imaginary line, the front heel. From the front heel straight back. It should bisect the arch of the back foot. Okay. Blocks on inner ankle, bend the front knee. Front hand onto block, bow. You bow on the inside of that front leg and you move your hips behind you. The sit bones move back. The ischial tuberosities. And then you slowly straighten the front leg. Good. Feel that. Feel the stretch in the hamstring. Breathe with that. Now move the block to the outside. You can scoot your feet a little wider if it feels appropriate for you today. And as you continue to straighten the leg, now reach your tailbone back toward the back foot, and you'll feel that external rotation happening, the very top of the front thigh, on that outer edge of the thigh. Yeah. Good, good. Lengthen in your spine. You can stay here working the feet and legs. You can add the arm, top arm reaching up. Eyes can either look down to the big toe. That's the easiest for your neck. Or more in the direction of your belly button, or more classic is up to the top thumb. Gently breathe. Into the smile on your lips, if you can sense what that does. Really good. And then to come out of it, hold on, bend the front knee. You can press down on your front thigh to really reroot yourself. Parallel the feet and walk in. When you reroot, you come out of a pose very safe, in a safe way, right? We want to be solid like the mountain or solid like the tree with the roots deep down below the earth. All right, let's go back to the first side. Please take a wide stance, open. I'm doing opposite of you, so you can do your right, I'll do my left. Please bend the front knee. Let's go into extended side angle modified. Front forearm on front thigh. Good, palm is up. That helps keep this bottom shoulder open, which we want. Back toes are turned in a little bit. Yeah, see, notice my back heel is the widest part of the pose. Good. Lengthen in your spine, revolve the torso open. Yeah, your heart goes toward the sky. Now, if you want to go a little further, take the top palm up to the ceiling and swing that arm back behind you. And then swing it over your top ear. So stretch from the outer edge of your back foot all the way along the top edge of your body. Stretch beyond your fingertips. Really good. Those that want to go even deeper, this bottom hand that I'm waving the fingers on now, you can put it on a block to the outside of your ankle or to the floor on the outside of your ankle. You can try that. Gently breathe. I'm going to stay here in this modified extended side angle. Gently breathe. Again, if you just can think about in each moment, what is the impression, right? If your feet were standing in sand, what is the impression your feet would leave on the earth? Would it be an impression of anxiety and nervousness and fear? Or would it be an impression of rootedness, solidity, joy, compassion, right? We want to leave an imprint on the earth that is beautiful. To come out of this position, press down and come up. Of course, I'm paraphrasing our teacher, Thich Nhat Hanh. Turn your feet around. Bend the front knee. Forearm on front thigh. Lengthening your spine. Oh, that feels so good. Yes, good. Remember, the back heel is further out than the back toe. So just take a glance down at your own feet. Make sure you know what they're doing. Please bend the front knee so that the knee is vertical over the ankle. Lengthening your spine. Gently revolve the torso. Feels like the underneath belly sweeps up to the top belly. The heart turns up toward the sky. You could stay here, or you can add the top arm, palm to ceiling. Swing it back a little bit behind yourself and then swing it right over your top ear. Ear to bicep. Gently breathe. Again, those that want to go further, this bottom hand where I'm moving my fingers, that can go to the floor or to a block on the outside of your front foot. Stretch everything. Gently breathe. Good. To come down, to come out of it, I mean, look down, press down into your foundation. To come up, parallel the feet and walk in. So then just march in place a little bit so that if you had any little thing that needs to be worked out a little bit, just from the effort of being in the pose, you can kind of loosen it up a little bit. All right, giving the feet and legs a rest a moment. Please take your palms, press your palms together. Take the whole shape to one side, come back to center. Whole shape to the other side, come back to center. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Turn the fingers down and back and roll it out. Good, let's go into warrior two now. Please take a wide stance. Open your right toes. I'm doing opposite of you still. 90 degrees. Bend the front knee. Good. Lift the front arm. Shoulder height. Back arm. And just for today, bring your arms a little bit closer in and turn the palms up. So it's more like a V shape. And as you breathe in, float the shoulders up, get long in the side body. Like that. Like that. And from your fingertips, plug the upper arm bones deep into your shoulder sockets. Yeah, keeping that now open out again. And then keeping that, just turn your palms down and press the air as if you had resistance. Good. Press. Can you feel how that engages your upper back muscles more? Gaze over the middle fingers of your front hand. Keep the front knee opening toward the pinky side of your foot. And just feel your power. Feel as you root through the feet into the earth, your power, your own beautiful strength. Come into yourself, come back to yourself, and say to yourself, I have arrived. Hello, dear body. Hello, darling body. Thich Nhat Hanh would say that. He would say, darling. Hello, my darling body. I have arrived. When you're ready to release, press down, straighten the legs. Let's go right away to the other side. When you're ready, root through the feet, bend the front knee, open it toward the pinky side of your foot, lift front arm, back arm. And for today, bring the arms in like a V, palms up. As you breathe in, shrug the shoulders up. So you're making that from your hips to your armpits, nice and long, nice and tall. Keeping that, open, draw from your fingers up the bones to locate the head of the arm bones, into the shoulder sockets more. Yeah, keeping that connection. Open the arms wide, turn from the elbows, forearms, and palms down. Spine is straight up and down. Gaze over the middle fingers of your front hand and actively press the air down like you had resistance. Maybe like you were in a vat of thick chocolate and you're just pressing through that thick, thick chocolate, liquid chocolate. Can you feel how that engages? But don't hold your breath. Keep that feeling of flow in the breath, strength, rootedness, and a hint of a smile. Here you are in your warrior two, your Virabhadrasana 2 pose. In this moment right now, together, in community. We're practicing together. How wonderful is that? How lucky we are. One more breath. To come out of it. Press down and straighten the legs. Parallel the feet and walk in. So he says, let's sit a moment while I just say one more thought. Oh, that feels good. I'm sitting on a blanket because my metal chair is too cold. But you could sit directly on your chair if you're not cold. So what was I going to say? Well, first let's work the quads and I'll remember what I was going to say. So you're going to sit up tall, draw the top of your sacrum into the body. You're sitting a little forward to the fronts of your sit bones. Extend one leg out, foot is flexed, toes are flared, lift it up, lower it down, bring it back. Other leg extends out, lift it up, lower it down, bring it back, and keep going at your own breath pace. You inhale, extend. You exhale, bring it up. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale, bring it back. You got it. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale, bring it back. Keep going. In breath, extend. Exhale, bring it up. You could always help it with your hands if it needs to. Inhale, lower it down. Bring it back. Good. Very good. So what I was going to say was, you know what to do, right? We know what to do. We've been around these teachings. I imagine all of us have been around these teachings for years. But he says, we often don't organize our lives so that we can actually practice them. All right. So what does that mean for me? For me, it means setting my alarm like an hour earlier. So I have time for my practices, and that investment in myself, in my practices, is not just an investment for myself, because if I can be more calm, more stable, more loving, that affects my family, that affects my friends, that affects, it goes out in circles, like when you throw a pebble in a lake and then the ripples go out and go out and go out, go out. So we have to start with ourselves, right? That's so beautiful teaching, that peace is possible, but we have to start with ourselves. Please come to lie down now for a little bit of strengthening of the back, the paraspinal muscles. I'm going to go ahead and put a blanket down like this for warmth. Yeah, that's good. Move your chair so you don't hit your head. Forehead to floor, feet outer hip width apart. Let's turn the palms down. Forehead to floor. Take a moment and just breathe. Okay, so press the tops of your feet down, your tailbone down, lift your navel, keeping that. Inhale, lift the back of your skull, the sides of your throat. Float the shoulders up toward your ears and up toward the ceiling. And stay there and breathe 3 breaths. I'm pressing my hands down and pressing the tops of my feet down as I do this. On the exhale, release downward. Really good. Wiggle out your hips. Let's repeat and add. Toes press, tailbone presses. Inhale, lift your head, lift your shoulders. Now, direct your kneecaps to face the floor. And from the tops of your legs, almost lift your legs, but don't lift them. From the tops of your arms, your shoulders, almost lift your arms, but don't lift them. Can you feel your upper back engage more? Yeah, shoulder blades in towards spine. Nice. Now, from the tops of your legs, actually lift your legs and feet. From the tops of your arms, actually lift the arms and hands. Breathe. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out, and release. Make a forearm pillow. Turn your head to one side and rest. Please turn your head to the other side and rest. Really good. Come to be on your back. Now I want your feet to be on the mat though, because you need a little bit of traction. Okay. Let's do bridge. Press your elbows. The elbows are bent. Your fingers are pointing toward the ceiling. Knees are bent. Feet are outer hip width apart. From here, press feet, press elbows, shoulders, back of head. Inhale, lift your hips. Good. Holding and breathing. And release down. Good. If you'd like to try a different arm position, on the next one, I'll show you how. You inhale, you lift your hips. You interlace your hands behind the hips. And now shift all your weight to the top of the right shoulder, wriggle the left arm underneath you, then wriggle all your weight onto your left shoulder and wriggle the right arm underneath you more. So it really helps to open the front body more. Eyes look above eyebrows. Chin is away from the sternum, from the chest. Stretch your tailbone toward your knees. You can even make it more active by isometrically dragging your feet back toward your head. Can you feel that? The backs of your legs engage more, the hamstrings. Breathe here. Press the arms into the floor or your elbows if you're doing the bent elbow variation. Eyes look above eyebrows to protect the neck. You can even shrug your shoulders toward your ears for better comfort in the neck area. Really good. And release your hands, release your hips. Now, windshield wiper the legs. Your feet are on the long edges of the mat. And you're just going to fold the knees to one side, fold the knees to the other side, gently noticing what that feels like for you. Never go to pain. If something doesn't feel appropriate today, then you can skip it or do another movement that your body is desiring. Yes, notice. Just notice. Good. Now hug the left knee in, straighten the right leg out. Hug in, hug in, hug in. Stretch the straight leg straight. The toes of the straight leg are pointing straight up. They're not flopping out to the side. Good. Please switch. You're hugging the right knee in now. The left leg is straight. The left toes are pointing right up to the ceiling. Hug in, hug in, hug in. And you can even check with your own eyes. You could lift your head a moment. You can assist with your hand if you like. And just check. Ask yourself, is my ankle, knee, or my ankle, knee, sit bone in a straight line? That's a good thing to check. So the leg's not off to the side or too far into center. Ankle, knee, sit bone in alignment. Turn the head to the floor. Hug the right knee in. Stretch the left leg straight. And breathe. Good. Now both knees in. Massage your lower back. One hand on each shin. Yep. Good, good. Now, bring your thigh bones perpendicular to your torso and cross one ankle over the other. Let's just do a couple of mini sit-ups. I don't want you to pull on your neck. So you're just supporting the base of the skull and you're going to come up. So come up and go down, and then take your right elbow to the left knee and come down, and left elbow to opposite knee. So you're not even coming down all the way. So you just lift to center and then come down halfway, right elbow to left knee, come down halfway, left elbow to right knee, come down all the way and rest. Try that one more time. Breathe in as you exhale, come up to center. And you can monitor your breath in the way that you need to. I mean, wherever you need the breath, just let it flow. So rest and switch now. Top ankle goes on the bottom. When you're ready, on an exhale, lift to center. Inhale, release. Exhale, elbow to knee, center. Exhale, elbow to knee, center, and rest. I find when you're doing the crunch, I prefer the exhale right there. That helps me get there. So let's do one more on that arrangement. Left ankle on top, inhale. As you exhale up to center, inhale, release a little bit. Exhale, right elbow to left knee, inhale, release a bit. Exhale, left elbow to right knee, release all the way. So just that little bit of work, you can feel the abs working, yeah? Then you'll roll to your side, please. And come to sit up. Like to do a seated forward fold. So your legs are going to be like this in a V shape. And you can use, there's a couple props you can use. If you'd like to, if sitting on the floor is hard for you, you can put a folded blanket under your hips. And that will help raise the hips, because what you want to do is have a little concavity in the lower lumbar spine. So you don't want to like sort of collapse back. You want that lower lumbar spine drawing in and up. Use a strap here. It helps achieve that good position, that optimal position of your pelvis. So start with bending the knees. Can you feel how that, and then you pull on the strap. Can you feel how that helps you rock to the fronts of your sit bones? Yeah, good. Activate your leg muscles, flex your feet, flare the toes, pull on the strap. Slowly work to straighten the legs to the degree that you can. Press the backs of your legs down toward the floor. And then those that have the ability, you're going to bend your elbows and bow forward. Feel free to stay sitting up like this. That's fine as well. But if you want to go deeper, inch your fingers up on the strap toward the feet. Bow the torso forward. Maybe you can just hold your toes. You don't even need a strap anymore. Some of you are very flexi bendy. You can get your forearms to the floor or even your sternum to the floor. Lead with your sternum, not your chin. So we let your chin be relaxed, with the back of your neck be long. Engage your quads. Those are your thigh muscles. So as you engage, I want you to, the action is to press the back of the leg downward. Gently breathe. As you inhale, you calm the body. As you exhale, you release tension. Yoga is a beautiful way to discover tension in your body and then to release it. Very important way to live this teaching. Peace is every step, right? If you're holding so much tension in your body and you're not even aware of it, if you're holding anger, jealousy, sadness, all this can lead to violent behavior. It can lead to unmindful behavior. But if you become aware of these tensions that you're holding and you use these practices to help release them, then you become more peaceful within yourself and you can be more peaceful outwardly. Yeah. And it's also about listening in. Go ahead, release the pose, bend your knees, bring your legs together for a moment. We learn how to listen deeply, how to recognize deeply, how to see more clearly. That's the other thing he talks about so beautifully is seeing yourself like you're a lake. If you're a calm lake, You see clearly all the way to the bottom. If it's all churned up, the water's all churned up, you're not going to see clearly, right? If you're churned up inside, you can't see clearly. All right, the next thing I want to do is a seated twist. And what I'd like to do today for our meditation is I'd actually like to do a short walking meditation together in our own spaces, of course. But before we get there, let's just do a seated twist. Starting in Tadasana, straighten your legs, hands are behind you, lengthen up in your spine. Good. Flex the feet. So this is pointed feet, this is flexed feet. Good. Please bend the right knee. Leaning on your right hand, take the left hand to the outside of the bent knee. Inhale, lengthen in your spine. Exhale, gently twist toward the bent knee. You got it. Inhale, return. Other side. Stretch the straight leg nice and straight. Second toe, middle of knee, middle of thigh, in alignment. Inhale here. As you exhale, gently twist toward the bent knee. Inhale, come back to center. Switch your legs. To go deeper, you're going to cross that leg over the straight leg. Inhale, lengthen in the spine. You don't have to go deeper. You can keep it on the same side. I'm just saying, if you want to try. Inhale, lengthen in spine. I'm going to stay on the first choice, on my bionic side, and twist. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Switch. You can cross over to go a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen in the spine. Exhale, gently twist. Inhale, come back. So good. So Thich Nhat Hanh says, peace is every step. We yogis can say peace is every pose, right? Let's do reverse table. Turn your fingers. Let me move this belt out of the view. Please turn your fingers to the long edges of the mat. Bend your knees. Go ahead and bend your elbows and lift the chest. Yeah, can you feel that? That feels good. And then lift your hips a little bit or more. Do not throw your head back. Firm your hands, firm your arms, gently breathe. And then release. I'm going to move down a little bit. Ideally, you want to have your feet really on the mat itself, not on the blanket. So you have more stickiness and resistance. Inhale, lift your chest. Press feet, press hands. Lift your hips a little bit or more. Gaze at your knees. If you have zero neck issues, look to the sky. Good. And release. Nice. Last one. Straighten the legs. This is optional. You can take a rest. Lift your chest. Straight legs, scoot the heels away from your hips. Purva Tadasana. Soles of feet to floor. Hips lift. Gaze to your toes or to where the wall meets the ceiling. Gently breathe. You got it. And slowly release. Well done. Roll the wrists out. All right, so now I invite you to come to standing any way that is comfortable for you to do your transition well. Like if you need a chair to help you stand like this, you can go press your hands and arms into the chair, and that helps support you when you come. Oops. My little earbud wanted to fly out of my ear. Sorry about that. Okay, so move your props so that you can actually make a circle around your mat. I'm just going to pause a moment and put my socks on. So if you'd like to put socks on as well, please do that. What I love about a walking meditation is that you can use it all the time. We walk all day long. So it's not like you have to wait to do your meditation, wait till you get home and you have a quiet moment and the kids aren't calling your name or whatever. You can do it while you're Doing your daily chores, right? So here's what I want you to do. We're going to do a circle around the mat. The hands are going to be like this. Right hand here, left hand on top. Thumbs can touch like that. You see? Right hand here, left hand on top. Thumbs touch, make a little triangle. Yeah. And what I'd like you to do is you'll take 3 steps for the in breath, 3 steps for the out breath. So it'll be like this. Just watch. It'll be like, that was my in breath. That was my out breath. So in, out, out, out. If your breath lengthens, you need 4 steps, do that. Or if you need 2 steps only, do that if you have a shorter breath. Let's do this together for 3 minutes, and then we'll follow that with Shavasana. And I have a beautiful poem to read to you during your Shavasana. All right. So take a moment to first just stand. Feel your feet, your feet. I want you to imagine in this walking meditation that your feet will kiss the earth every step, right? This is Thich Nhat Hanh's teaching. You can find peace in every step you take. You don't have to wait for tomorrow to come. You don't have to go anywhere. This is not about getting anywhere, arriving anywhere. It's just taking the step right now. And you'll be amazed how fascinating the walking process is actually for your brain. When you slow your steps down, it actually can be quite challenging to walk slowly. So it will pull your attention in. So let's begin now with the sound of a bell. And begin when you're ready. Slowly in, 1 step. In, exhale, step, step, step. We're walking just to walk. Most of the time we are running in our daily lives. Running here and running there. So this practice can look quite simple, but it can be actually quite challenging. Your gaze can be down to the floor in front of you. Try to coordinate your breath and your steps. If you can do 3 steps to the in-breath and 3 steps to the out-breath, or perhaps 4 and 4. Sense how the weight shifts. Sense how your ankles work. Invite a hint of a smile to your lips. As you walk, carry with you the strength of a mountain, the solidity, the rootedness of a big oak tree. The calm, clear seeing of a lake. And the smile of a flower. When we walk this slowly, this mindfully outside, we can appreciate the beauty of the blue sky because we are in the present moment. Or the beauty of a rose that is blooming. And the smile of a child that we pass because we're not rushing. We're present and available to the present moment. And bow to each other. Let's now do Shavasana. So come to lie down for just a few minutes of deep rest. Allow yourself to be nice and warm. I'm going to move my heater over a little bit so that the breath continues. The resting, the Shavasana is an important practice. At the end of every yoga practice, we practice resting. And again, it has to do with that ability to stop, right? To stop the running. And to say, as you lie down in deep rest, I have arrived. I am home to my body, my darling body. As Thich Nhat Hanh would say, I am home to you, my darling. I will take care of you. Thank you. Thank you for all you do for me every day. So as you rest now, I just want to share with you this poem by Thich Nhat Hanh. Contemplation on no coming, no going. This body is not me. I am not limited by the body. I am life without boundaries. I have never been born, and I have never died. Look at the ocean and the sky filled with stars, manifestations from my wondrous, true mind. Since before time, I have been free. Birth and death are only doors which we pass, sacred thresholds on our journey. Birth and death are a game of hide and seek. So laugh with me, hold my hand. Let us say goodbye. Say goodbye to meet again soon. We meet today. We will meet again tomorrow. We will meet at the source every moment. We will meet each other in all forms of life. Triambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanan urvarukamiva bandhanan mrityor mukshiyamritata. Om Triambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanan urvarukamiva bandhanan mrityor mukshiyamritata. Om Triambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanan urvarukamiva bandhanan mrityor mukshi amritata. Now very gently bring yourself out of Shavasana. Let's finish class with hands together, thumbs into the heart, fingers spread. I bow to each of you. I bow to the spirit of Thich Nhat Hanh. May he continue through each of you, through each of us, in every kindness, in every compassionate act that we do. Namaste, everyone. Thank you for practicing today with me.